Okay, we are rocking and rolling. Oh no, was that my thumbnail? Surely not. Surely not. Oh no, it wasn't me thumbnail. I thought I had the tell you what, nothing sends you the fear through you than when you don't get the microphone plugged in properly and you think, oh no, I'm gonna have to deal with that trash laptop microphone again. But nonetheless, we are rocking and rolling now. Let me just post this over in a couple of other places. Facebook page, AFL Supercoach 360, if ever you want to get stuck into that. Um, they're a great page. And I'm also floating over on Twitter as well, if you wanted to get around it there. Um, that one, I just pretty much post the same sort of stuff, but I do also do my same game multis on there as well. So that's probably something that's slightly point of difference for the old Twitter. But yeah, Shorty's going to gather around this week. So if you're if that floats your boat, let me know if you're going over. Keep an eye out. Making the old road trip, so that should be fun. Sweet. That's done. That's done. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Attention is yours. Sweet. What is going on, crew? What is going on? Great to see you. Great to see you. Tell you what, scored all right, but still plenty to think about on the in terms of the trades, mate. There's still plenty to think about. Probably need a haircut too. Jesus Christ. Luke, what's going on, mate? He's not mucking around. Straight up. Thoughts on Degoe? He makes me nervous, mate. He makes me nervous. I think he is going real nice. And maybe this is the year that he just breaks through and he's real consistent. But I personally have my reservations. I'm a bit concerned. I'm happy to steer clear. But the way he's playing, he does look like maybe he's in for that career bester. TF Cal, evening, Shorty. What's going on, mate? How are you? Jesse, Daddy Meow. Geez, that's a saucy way to start proceedings on the live sesh. What's going on? Bo, the goat again. Thanks, Bo. Great to see you, mate. Thanks for your questions on the old TikTok live. Jackson, what's going on, mate? Harry, g'day, Shorty. Hope you're well. Been a while, mate. Good to see you, Harry. Good to see you. We got the quiz tonight too, guys. So put together the quiz, and I know last week I butchered it. We had the wrong format, but this week we're all over it. So that'll probably happen around 8:40 or something like that. Jesse, Daddy, thoughts on Doherty, Jones, Davey, Facade, Pickett, Van Rooyen? Don't mind it. I wasn't really all over Pickett, but the break even does certainly bring in some calculations. Probably not someone I'm bringing in, but yeah, don't mind that trade at all. And Sard is looking fantastic, isn't he? Jackson, who to trade Liam Jones for? Probably Michael Laney in terms of downgrade. But he's also a guy that maybe if you want to upgrade, maybe can you get up to Bailey Dale or something like that? But yeah. Spooky Murky, here we go. What's up, Shorty? How many bags after the Cats win on Monday? Bags of chocolate. Correct, of course. Many Spooky. It was, tell you what, at half time, I was not exactly feeling like celebrating. I was pretty pissed off, if I'm honest. But second half was very, very good, mate. Jackson, Dawson, or Stewart for Doherty. This will be a super popular one, and I'm going Stewart, but everyone's different. All I can sort of say is if you can look ahead to your next couple of weeks, because the only way I really decided it was they both got great break evens. I just kind of decided in terms of my trades next week. I was looking ahead and I want to do this and do that to get Jack Sinclair. So in the end, that extra 30, 40K was important. So that's how I decided it. Joshy Morgan, Chester for Stewart, or a good pod rookie for Dawson. or a good rookie for Dawson? Chesser for Stewart. Um, yeah, look, I mean, like I said there, it probably just depends on your cash flow. I mean, Chesser definitely has to go, put it that way. And the rookies are scarce, so maybe it's the first one. Harry says thoughts on Setterfield to LDU and Ryan over Van Rooyen. um, yeah, that's probably going to be also one of the. I'm just going to jot that down. I think I'll be watching Dimmer Hardwick's press conference awfully closely, just to get a feel, and the teams, just get a feel for how the Tigers might approach it. Um, at this stage, I'm leaning towards Ryan over Van Rooyen because, hey, if he can be number one ruck, then that's amazing. And your initial one, yeah, Setterfield. I'm happy with Setterfield. He's done his job. I mean, you could keep him, but I definitely think he's done the job. Happy to cash in on him. Hayden traded out Doherty, Ridley, and Setterfield for Oliver, Stewart, and Judd McVeigh. Yeah, don't mind that. Top the old water up. McVeigh's an interesting one. He hasn't been mentioned much, but he's last couple of weeks been real good, and we don't have much to pick from. We do not have much to pick from in terms of the rookies. So I don't think that's a bad idea at all. And I agree on Ridley. I think time's probably up for him. It's nothing drastic, but he just doesn't have that ceiling anymore. Anthony, there's a spider on your wall. Mate, there was the other night, bro. There was one above my bed. So I was like, fuck, are you serious? Now I've got to wait for this bastard to move all the way away from my bed. Then I can spray him and get rid of him. You know, oh, jeez, man. Jordan, should I hold Sicily, Ryan, and Canelio? Yes, and yes. If that's in reference to Luke Ryan, I'm guessing. But yeah, definitely hold Sicily. And Canelio, I've seen a bit of concern on Canelio as well, but no, I reckon definitely hold him, mate. I mean, the role hasn't changed. He's had a couple of poorer weeks, no doubt about it. But no, I'd definitely be holding on him because he's going to bounce back. You know, he'll be right. Yeah, sweet. Sorry, I was just checking something. Where were we? Jackson says thoughts on Tyler Young. Not not as enthused about him. I mean, look, I haven't. I also haven't really watched him play. I don't know too much about him, but it would look like he's not exactly a free for all scorer. So I've probably got me concerns over his ability to make too much more coin. So I'm probably happy to pass. But yeah, like I said, we don't have many guys to pick from. So we do need some rookies to get named. We need some debutants this week. Absolutely. Where were we? Josh Holmes says, I've got 530K. I went for Degoe. What do you reckon I go for? Are we talking midfield there, mate? Degoe absolutely makes me nervous, mate. I'm not going to lie. What'd you say? 530K. Let's have a bit of a look, shall we? Yeah, probably in that price racket, Degoe is almost the best one, isn't he? I mean, if you're a believer in Chad Warner returning to form, then maybe he could be the guy as well. But no, you probably raised a decent point. I mean, to go if you have to be in that price range, He's probably your guy, actually. Yeah. And to go, he might break out. He might have that year where he just says, "Boys, I've arrived. I'm back. I'm in business." Consistent year, but he does send a shiver down the spine. He does send an absolute shiver. Um, Jono, what's going on, mate? How are you? You must be happy with your Saints, mate. You must be very happy with your Saints. Um, oh yeah, yeah, I'd absolutely, Jordan. For sure, hold on to Luke Ryan. He hasn't quite been back to that 170 of round one, but he's been real solid, mate. Real solid. Let us know if you're keen for the quiz tonight too, and also let us know if who's going to gather round. Who's going to gather round out there? Let us know. Harry says, "Is it too late for a play for Zeeble at F6? Is English a must for Darcy or Marshall? Love your work, mate." Oh, thanks, Harry. I don't think Zeeble's a must. He's in that bracket of like he could be a beautiful high 90s average all year. He's just dropped off the last couple of weeks a smidgen. Um, so I wouldn't rush to get him, but I do think English is a must. But at the expense of Darcy or Marshall is a real tough one because Darcy has bounced back, and I'm a big believer in Marshall. Um, but I do think English is your number one ruck for the year, and you might be losing 10 points each game the way he's going, maybe more the way he's averaging at the moment. So that's probably the only thing to weigh up is can you afford to be without English for the whole year? That's about all I'd say. I'd try and get English, but sometimes you just can't get guys at certain stages of the year. We've got to be patient and wait for them to just have an off game because they will have an off game. And an off guy, like, that could be 89. Like, we're not waiting for 60s from these blokes, but it might just be a run of 80s or 90s, 2-3 weeks. Then we can get him at a slightly better price. Jono, 563K to spend on a replacement for Doherty. For sure, mate. Let me have a look. I mean, Bailey Dale jumps off the page immediately for me. He's probably not your top sort of defender, but um, there's a real gap, isn't there? 570 plus, and then drops right. Oh, you've got Jack Sinclair, don't you, Jono? I think. Yeah, it'd be Bailey Dale for me, mate. The only other thing I would say, James Sicily, if you don't have him, if you don't like Bailey Dale, then you could possibly just wait 1 week. I know it's not ideal, but you could just wait 1 week, and he's probably going to drop into that range after his 76 last week. So that could be a bit of a left field one, but could help you out. Brad Miller says, oh, lost his comment there. Where'd he go? Shorts, once again, your teeth are on point. What do you do to keep them this good? Oh, mate, just brushing those bad boys daily, my friend. Don't mind the little old toothpaste whitening as well. Just one of those charcoal ones, really get stuck into them. Josh says, any pause? Not even sure what that means, mate. Not even sure where to go with that one. Finn says, is Jones, Setterfield, and Doherty for Dawson, Stewart, and Van Rooyen a good trade? Yes. Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good trade. Setterfield and Jones definitely have probably made their cash and fair enough. They might make their break evens. Jones should, but there's not too much meat on the bone. Jackson says Doherty for Dale or Stewart. Oh, if you can get Stewart for sure. I mean, if you got the choice, absolutely, go Stewart. Jono says need to keep a lid on things, mate. Yeah, man, the Saints are looking so damn good, but a big challenge this week. I reckon that'll be the one that will really start to suss them out and be like, are they the real deal? Can they take the Pies down? Travis, Doherty, Young, and Jimby to Florent, Michael Laney, and Miller. Just ranked under 12K just to keep plugging away, shorty. Look, you got a couple of interesting ones in there. I mean, I love the Miller option, bringing in two. Can Michael Laney make sense as well? Ollie Florent is, I know he's been in good form, but I want to just check the old price point on this. About the only thing he did wrong last week was in the early celebration, wasn't it? He's at 440 and he's a defender. Probably not, mate. I mean, I don't know if you got any other options, but I don't really see the point in Florent coming in. He's 440. Yeah, we'll get a nice little price rise out of him, but you're not going to keep him. You might make 60, 70K at best. I don't really think that justifies bringing him in to your team. Anthony says the lid's coming off this week, Jono. Here we are bringing in English this week. Apologies in advance for breaking him. Yeah, I know. That's the one, isn't it, mate? You never want to bring a guy in and then you just hope, surely, keep that form up. Jono says, I don't have Sinclair. Well, I would personally, if I was you, if you don't like Dale, I would just wait 1 week, get one of those top 4, top 5 premiums in Sinclair or Sicily to drop into your price range and snap them up. Adam says, thoughts on Jake Lloyd? He looks decent like a few years ago. Probably doesn't have a massive ceiling, though. Yeah, going to chuck him down on guys to talk about. I'm happy to pass on him, mate. Like you said, I think he's a good player. He's honest. I haven't seen the Swans play too much this year, so I don't know if he's right back into that rebounding, taking kickouts role, but I'm more inclined to steer clear, to be honest. But his first month has been really good. He's always been consistent, but yeah, I'm just a bit worried about maybe him being like a top 10 to 15 defender. Doesn't quite have that ceiling to be one of the absolute big guns. Michael says, considering Zeeble to, he's considering Zeeble too, given the pending defensive mid. Also, Haynes, Owens. I'd love to get your thoughts on Haynes too. I'd love to lose Mitchell to get these 3 players. Yeah, well, I know Nick Haynes was in the weekly winners team, but I don't think he's a trade in. I think the ship has sailed on him, mate. He's 400K. He's gone, 80, what do you go, 85, 89, 94, 117. Break even of 18. Yeah, it's nice, but it's a bit like Ollie Florent. You're probably going to make 60K, 80K, 45K. I don't see him. He's never been a premium, really. 2020 was the only real year. So I don't see him as a guy we have to bring into our teams. And same said with Owens. I think it would have been great if you jumped on him a couple of weeks back, but we can't chase those points. We can't chase that cash. And I think Owens is another example of, fantastic form, good break even, but he's 363 now. Oh, I don't know. Unless you're desperate for some cash, Owens is slightly better option than Haynes, but I don't really love either of them. Jono says, check out my league in Shorty's number 3 league. I'll have to have a look at that, mate. How are you going anyway? You are getting a few W's in the league there, mate, hopefully. Harry says, thoughts on Mason Redmond? Only had 1 down game where he gave away a couple of free kicks in the first quarter, which killed him. Yeah, I like him, mate. I reckon in terms of, we saw the back end of last year was great. And definitely, I feel like he's, in terms of that price point, he's one of the better options for sure. He's about 503 or something like that. Oh, and here's a man who really is all about Mason Redmond. He loves him. Spillers, Supercoach, get around this man. We did a bit of filming in a collaboration last night with Spills, Janeth, and Supercoach with DR. You got to love that. So that's up on DR's channel. I'll try and get it up on mine if we can get that one sent over to me. But thanks for joining in, Spills. What's going on, mate? That was good fun last night. Legend, what a sick podcast last night. Watched over it, and what an absolute pisser. Yeah, it was good fun, wasn't it? Mate, I'm keen to see if you're going through with McVee. Super sneaky with a lack of mid options. Mate, I reckon I am, and thanks for jumping on. I'm right there with you, mate. I really enjoyed the filming last night. I won't be a lock every week, but definitely we'll try and get to as many as I can when it suits each week. That was good fun. I'm sticking with it, mate. I'm sticking with it. I'm thinking my trades will be Doherty to Stewart, Setterfield down to McVee in a real sneaky sort of operation. And then what was my other one? I've bloody forgotten now. Who else was I trading? Oh, that's right. It would just probably be Davey to Samson Ryan. If I get that confidence, I just need to see what Dimmer has to say, get a look at those teams, and just get a feel for how it's going. Because if he is number 1 ruck, you can be any old spud, and all due respect to Samson Ryan, but you can be any young fella, and if you get that centre bounce and you get as many opportunities as hopefully he can, scoring a couple of 80s, very, very possible. Ivan Soldo, 2 to 3 weeks away. Yeah. Charlie, Wits out to who? English, right? Yeah, look, I mean, I'm sort of thinking if Wits is just out for 1 week, I might do a quick Google on that. Then can we keep him? I know it's frustrating when guys are out and then they're not named again. Let me have a look. Suns Ruckman set to miss again. Jared Witts is in danger of missing a second straight week for Gold Coast after sitting out the main training session. He's in doubt. Giants Ruckman. The Giant Ruckman. One of those things that's hard to put a timeline on. He's been a bit sore all year, and it's just managing that. Some games he's felt really good. Other games he's worked really hard to get through. Oh, fuck, that's a trade. Yeah, actually, I'd take it all back. Trade him, mate. That is the stuff of nightmares when you hear the coach say that. No timeline. He's been sore most weeks. Yeah, I think so. And I agree, mate. I think English is the one. I feel like if you don't have English, you're just probably going to be bleeding points each week. And I know it's hard to get these guys when they start the year like this. And I'm guessing he's getting close to 700K. Where's he at? 648. Okay, he's probably still got a bit of coin to make. But I agree, mate. I think English is your man. Josh, thoughts on Stewart, Van Rooyen, and Zeeble in for Setterfield, Ridley, and Alwyn Davey? Yeah, mate, I like that. That seems to be that sort of structure of a trade really popular. I'm right there with you, mate. Ridley, I'm going to chuck on the old list to talk about because a few people losing faith in him. And just shout out to Will Setterfield, mate. He's been good for us. He's done well. We just shake his hand and say thank you very much, Will. We're going to chop you though. We've had a bit of fun. You've made your cash. Break even of 87, I think it is. Let's cash out while we can. Finn, is it worth holding Ridley for a couple of weeks and upgrading him to someone like Sinclair? There's also merit in that as well. I said it on the podcast last night as well. Ridley's the sort of guy that, yeah, I don't think he's got a ceiling like some of the others. I don't think he's a long-term premium. But if he's in your team, you're still going to get minimum 80. He might give you a 110. So, yeah, he's not an urgent trade out. And I think that's a fair call. I think with Ridley, you could either get rid of him now or you could just hold on to him for a week or two. And like you said, Sinclair is going to drop down to probably at least 560, 550. And Sicily similar, but the week after. So definitely two guys to keep on your mind there. Kevin says, what do you think of Stephen May? Yeah, he's a bit of a sneaky one. I've got him in my draft side. Takes a lot of kick-ins, intercept marks. I probably wouldn't bring him in. He's gone 101, 94, 507, 92 average last. Yeah, look, I think he's probably someone that's just, if you got the big dogs like Stewart, Dawson, Sicily, all that, then you've got your next guys like a Bailey Dale, etc., Adam Sard. I reckon he's in that next category of Jordan Ridley, Stephen May, Jake Lloyd, maybe. Very good players. I just don't think they've got that next gear to go to, and they'll probably just average early to mid-90s. So on that basis, I don't feel any need to rush out and get him. Steve, what is going on here? Should I trade Bont? He's not doing me too well at the moment, especially after he shoved it down my throat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mate, I'm not sure how serious you are on that comment, but surely keep Marcus Bontempelli. Heath, 2 upgrades for me. And that's Heath has just left us with that. Just 2 upgrades for me, and he's a happy man. Love it. Good stuff, Heath. That's what we like. Upgrades is tasty. Adam, I think I'm going Setterfield, Warple, and Doc for Dawson, Clary, and Samson Ryan. Like that, mate. I like that a lot. Yeah, Warple is. I was so close to starting Warple. It was funny. One of those ones like I butchered Nasai Wanganeen Miller up, but my other option was Warple. So I was sort of like, man, I wasn't winning either way, was I? But that's the bugger with those fucking mid prices, mate. They'll get you. They'll get you. Henry asks Van Rooyen or Ryan. Definitely Van Rooyen for mine. I must admit I haven't seen as much oh fuck, sorry, I thought you meant Tyler Young. My mistake. Sorry. Samson Ryan. Samson Ryan. I'm getting me young Tigers mixed up there. Just wait for the team so before you sort of pull any triggers on that one. I want to see what Dimmer says. I want to see if they bring in any sort of makeshift ruckman, but surely he does the bulk of the ruck work. Surely. Michael also says, thanks for your thoughts, Ree Haynes and Owens. Love your work. Oh, thank you, mate. Cheers. Appreciate the comment. I'm thinking cash gen has never been more important this year, but it's costing valuable trades. Yeah, and it's probably just an assessment that you can make on your own team. Like at the moment, yeah, there are minimal rookies, and it's at the time where some are there to be cashed out and downgraded, but there's not really that rookie ramp to go to. So we got to look at guys like Haynes or Owens or Kasai Pickett. So I understand. It just probably depends how desperate you need some cash. But we do have a lot of trades, so we can use it as a bit of a buy and sell market as opposed to trades used to be gold. We were talking about this on the podcast. Tell you what, I'll be calling up the Herald Sun, mate, because we got to get these trades down. We got to get them down. It's so hard to have a point of difference these days in the starting teams. So there's got to be some tactical advantage in trading well, mate. There's too many trades. Josh, I really like this stream. Thank you, mate. I particularly like how you picked a brown hoodie to match your eyebrows. Oh, mate, it's black, bro. It's black, mate. But thank you, Josh. I appreciate all types of feedback, and it's good to have you on board, mate. Alexander TF. Yeah, I think that was in reference to Bond. But Alexander, what's going on, mate? Also, I'm thinking of having a subscriber kick, goal kicking in Geelong on not this Sunday, but next. Would people be interested in that? I'm obviously working at a school. So I've got school holidays at the moment. So that would be April 23. Just got to try and get someone to. Langus is busy, so he can't film it. But yeah, let us know. I know Alexander came along to the goal kicking once. So let me know if that'd be of interest. I think I'll do another video for it, but I just thought I'd suss the feel for it here anyway. Henry, Stewart, or Dawson, they're both wins, mate. This one just purely comes down to your team structure and what you've got planned for next week. Personally, I'm going Stewart just because that extra cash makes a big difference for me in getting Sinclair next week. So that's basically how I've based it. Michael, how many trades should we keep for buys, do you reckon? Oh, it's hard to put a number on it, mate. I think we just got to trade aggressively, smartly, efficiently, and the number will be what will be. I think as long as we're not making stupid, wasteful trades, I think our team should come along well. And if it's 18, 20, 14, hopefully it's not 14, then so be it. I think we just got to keep trading smartly and it should look after itself. Josh, only reason I'm trading out Essendon players is because they have an extremely hard few games coming up. Not always a massive believer in what's a hard game and whether a player would play well, unless the only reason that's relevant sometimes is ruck matchups or potential taggers. But I don't know. I find it hard to gauge when a player may or may not score well based on their opposition. But Jono, my team name is Man of Steel, Dr. SuperCoach. Nice, mate. If you want to give it a sus, shorty. No worries, mate. Thank you. I hope you're getting a few dubs up there in the league. Jackson, who out for Chandler, Caminiti, and Zeeble? Should I trade for Jason Van Rooyen? I'm not Zeeble. And I don't have either of these blokes. Sort of missed out on them. I feel like Chandler still has a bit of coin to make, but he did have a bit of a lower score. Caminiti's break even is minus 11, so it wouldn't be him. You'd imagine Chandler went up to about 260 or something like that. 250. Break even in -4. Oh, look. I don't think either of them are trades, mate. They've still got money to make. But if you have to bring him in, I'd probably go I'd probably go Caminiti. Just because Chandler's shown more of an ability to score 90s, but they've both still got cash to make. So yeah. Manus Lupashane. He's obviously gone little play on words. Loose bus change. Fuck, righto. That took me a while. That's not bad. Do I upgrade Doherty to Dawson or Stewart? Fuck, that shook me. Stewart, mate. But like I've said, that's just what I'm doing because it works in better for my trades the week after. Both great options. Sort of pick your poison. They're both going to be really good for you. Alex says, Shorty, first time comment. You're on your live. Oh, mate, thanks very much. What's going on? I've got 30 trades left and teams looking well. Don't need to trade this week, but thinking of going from Max Heath to Van Rooyen, same price. Oh, thanks very much, mate, for the old first time comment. Good to have you on board. And yeah, definitely I would do that, mate. Obviously, it's sideways trade, but it's going to make us and yourself a bit of coin with Van Rooyen over the next few weeks and hopefully many weeks and hopefully a few more big marks and goals from the young fella, and you'll make us quite a bit of cash. So I don't mind that at all. Josh, could Steele be a good pickup at like round 10 if he stays fit? Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely. I mean, he's been a great performer for us over the journey. He's just got to get back out there, show us what he can do, and he absolutely could be a good pick for sure. Kanga Jacob, 1, Doherty to Dawson and Filippo to Van Rooyen, Doherty to Stewart and Davey, or Filippo to Jason Van Rooyen. If 2, which of Davey and Filippo? Well, I'm going to say 2 just because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing Stewart. And I would lean towards Davey, mainly because I think Filippo just has that slightly bigger upside in terms of having a bigger impact on the game. I know we haven't quite seen it yet. And I'm not sure if Davey's going to be in this week. Like, he didn't finish the game overly well. He finished it on the bench with some sort of concern with his body. So he's having some work on the shoulder, and then it looked like he almost hurt his leg or something. So haven't seen an update on that, but that's the way I would go with that one. Michael, what are your thoughts on Tim Callaghan? Player, bad team, but excellent form. Last 3 weeks, top 5 mid. Last 5 weeks, top 12 mid. Average close to 110. Yeah, look, mate, he is a great player. I used to love watching him at the Cats. Picked him up when he was a forward that first year. Remember that? Was great. Fantastic stuff. But no, I don't think he's a guy we need to bring into the team. Very susceptible to a tag. I think this is just a player who's, like you said, very good player. Oh, yes, I just see PS traded from Warple. Very good player, but, I mean, I feel like it's just a hot start to the year. I feel like he's more of a early 100s averager. I don't see him keeping this form up, but he really has started the year extremely well. Thanks to everyone who's jumped on board too. Always great to see you guys getting involved and having a chat. So, yeah, appreciate all your questions. We'll be back. I'll do a video tomorrow talking about previewing the round, and also on my TikTok, I'll do my trades tomorrow night as well. Kevin, I'm looking at Pickett to generate some quick cash, maybe for about 3 to 4 weeks only. Thoughts, please. Cash generation is very low. Yeah, look, I'm starting to pick up this vibe, and I think that's probably fair enough. What's up, Caitlin? Not much. There aren't many rookies around, so I think that's probably fair. Pickett, great break even, going to make some cash. So, yeah, hard to argue with that one. But obviously, they're probably just, 2 to 4 week options, like you say, but they will make some cash. Harry, hey, Shorty, sorry for joining late, mate. Didn't see you started. It's all right, mate. No worries, Harry. Good to see you jumping in. Heath says, how's draft looking? Pretty good. In my mates league, I'm second on the ladder. 3 wins and a loss, but in the other league, I'm 1 and 3. So need to get cracking on that. That one's a keeper league, and it's the first keeper league I've done. And I've got a bit to learn, I think. Got a bit to learn. What's going on, Caitlin?
No much. Are you doing the quiz tonight?
Yeah, I'll do the quiz. Yeah. Are you getting involved? Yeah. Nice. I'll try and do it properly this time. Not fuck it up. Kanga says, great potty with DR Spills and Janeth. Great listen, mate. Oh, thank you. No worries. No, it was good fun. Definitely will look to do that again. Josh says, thoughts on Rosie? Hasn't been impressing me, to be honest. Oh, no, hold him for sure, mate. I mean, it's hard to find premium forwards. Hard to find forwards that play in the midfield permanently. So, yeah, he hasn't been at his absolute best, but he's a hold for mine. Definitely a top 5 forward. I do, Jono. I think wait a week, mate. That would be my advice. But if in the end it sort of comes down to yourself, mate, up to you. If you like Bailey Dale, by all means. But I reckon better options in a week. Amusement. Oh, yep. Hey, champ. Just completed the ads and Dunks potty priorities, Yeah, no, mate. Fair call. Hard to argue with the old podcast, mate, but good to see you jumped in. Global. G'day, Adonis, mate. What's going on? How are you? A couple of familiar names popping into the stream. We love to see that. How are you? Angus says, out of Filippo or Davey or McKenzie, who would you get rid of for Van Rooyen? Or would you trade out Setterfield and have 275k in the bank for next week to get in Oliver? Definitely not McKenzie. I'd probably say Davey out of all those guys, but I personally am trading down from Setterfield, so I think it does free up some nice cash, and you can pull moves like that with Oliver, or there's a couple of defenders that are at a nice price over the next 2-3 weeks. So I don't mind either, but of those guys, definitely not McKenzie. Probably Davey, I think. Steve, Shorty, thoughts on Dawson this year? Seems like he will get away from us soon. Could Stewart score well in the next few games, and stuff up his upcoming large break evens and make it impossible target? Yeah, look, I think it's tough chasing these premiums. I'm just going to take Stewart at this price. It's probably the lowest we'll get him for the year. And yeah, Dawson will get away from us in the short term. I'm just going to hope that he is a player that can go huge, but he can also reel off, 90s and 100s consistently, which is great. But I feel like we'll get a chance to grab him around 600k at some stage this year. So we might just have to be patient, Steve. Global, can you give us a deep dive on Cozzy Pickett? I'll probably give you a deeper dive on the preview, mate, because I do need to look into him a bit, but I don't expect him to keep this scoring up, mate. He'll be a roller coaster. He's every chance to come out and score 56 this week, but he is getting a bit more midfield rotation. He's a super talented player. So he's a guy that, can absolutely score 90s, 100s. He'll make cash, but don't be shocked if he has a stinker as well. That's probably just what he could do. So, but my thoughts are he's a very young, talented player who's got a lot of upside and getting a bit of midfield time. I think he's getting some centre bounce, so we got to love that. Chris says Doherty to Dawson and Davey to Jason or Van Rooyen, I should say. Yes, definitely think that's a good call. Like I said, Dawson, Stewart, you're winning either way. Amusement says Dale, Redmond, and Kerno gave me 398 points. Miracles do happen. Yeah, mate. Yeah, Dale looked back to his best, didn't he? He started the year pretty sluggishly, but no, he looked good. Cuz Dog, g'day, Shorty. Which one player from each position is the highest on your watch list for the next few weeks? Don't mind that question. It'd be Sicily for me, down back. In the forward line, in the midfield, probably Rory Laird. Probably going to try and snare him, I reckon. Brayshaw, I'm interested to watch Brayshaw, see how he goes as well. Ruck, I'm not really watching anyone because I'm kind of set with English and Marshall, so I haven't really paid too much attention. And the forward line is definitely Cornelio. So I think while it's frustrating for Cornelio owners, it's a dream for non-owners because we can pick him up at a really nice price. And I still think he's going to be a top 6 forward. So they would be my guys there, mate. Thanks for the question. Chris is also back. What about Ridley to Stocker now that's sneaky? The ship's kind of sailed on Stocker, mate. We've probably missed 2 significant price rises. He's 290. What's the break even? 20. Consistent as ever, but It's not the worst. I'd probably prefer to upgrade Ridley. If I had Ridley, I'd probably just hold and wait for a Sinclair or a Sicily to just drop a couple and then make that transaction that way. Theo says my trades this week are Van Rooyen, Michael Laney, and De Goey. In, out is Chesser, Wilmot, and Doherty. I'm a Pie supporter. Love the channel, dude. Keep it up. Hope you're going well, man. Nah, thank you. Regular commenter, mate. So I love to see the name pop up. You must be pretty happy with the Pies. Don't mind those trades, mate. You've probably got the inside word on De Goey. He's looking great. He does make me nervous, mate, with his inconsistency over the journey, but hard to doubt the form he's in at the moment. Harry says you've probably already mentioned, but who'd you trade for Doc? No, that's all right. Depending on your cash, I'd go Bailey Dale. If you don't have extra cash, but hopefully you do, then I go Tom Stewart. And then if you got cash to absolutely burn, then Jordan Dawson. But I'm not going Dawson just because that extra 40, 50K will help me a lot next week. So that's why I've gone Stewart. What'd you make for dinner?
Just chicken and chips. Not chips. Chicken and roast beans.
You going to miss me over the weekend?
Yes.
It's just going to be you here.
Yeah, I know.
Shit. What are you going to do?
Well, have a party.
Get up to anything else or?
Who knows?
Use my present I got you.
Yeah, I will.
That sounds a little weird out of context. James says thoughts on trading Doherty and Ridley to Stewart and Dawson, then David Jr. to JVR. Yeah, mate, absolutely love that. I think that's a really good option because let's face it, if we don't get Dawson now, we will get away from us. But to bring them both in, I don't think I could even do that. Yeah, no, I don't mind that at all, mate. Amusement, the next time you buy a donut, complain that there's a hole in it. Fuck. Thanks, mate. I will do that. AZR, hey, mate, I've got Doherty and Witts with both out. I've brought in Dawson and English as direct swaps. Should I use my third boost to bring in Van Rooyen? I'm worried there won't be enough rookies later. Yeah, mate, good trades, and I'm right there with you, mate. I think the trade boost should happen. We don't have too much on offer, like you say. So when you got a guy who looks as talented and promising as he does on the bubble, yeah, bring him in, mate, for sure. Definitely worth the boost. Angus says, who would you trade in for Witts? Grundy or Marshall, or go Samson Ryan and trade to Gorm when he's back? I don't think you want to go all the way down to Ryan just because that's going to leave you really open for a fair stretch. I'd go Marshall for sure, mate. I know Grundy's on fire at the moment, but I'm hearing Gorn's 1 or 2 weeks away. So I think I'm a bit concerned that he will be significantly affected when Gorn does return like he was at the start of the year. So, yeah, I'd be doing that, mate. Marnus loose bus change. Shorty, I'm 106K in the country. I'm already stuffed. I followed Supercoach with DR's side and only had one player different. Things may have been a different story if I had Goulden over Fife in round 1. Yeah, mate, it is tough. I know I was talking to DR yesterday and he was lamenting what has been a really tough start to the year, but hang in there, mate. I'm well aware of how it can be to be well down the rankings, mate. I'll tell you what, I've had some shocker years of late, or certainly a couple of years back was a disaster, but this year we're tracking along a little bit better, which is nice. Jono, thoughts on Clary into Tom Green for captains? Yeah, don't mind that at all. Who do the Giants have? Definitely Clary for VC. I'll be doing that as well, mate. Yeah, the Hawks. Actually, I probably wouldn't, mate. I mean, if Finn McGuinness, if they choose to tag, then that could be an absolute nightmare. So I might steer clear of Tommy Green. You just never quite know what they'll do. But yes, Rowan Marshall, could you be so brave to go that? Yeah, you're a funny guy, Amusement. You are a funny guy. Josh, I'm really enjoying this stream. I particularly like how the walls match your earphones. That was clever. In addition, the choice of white for your teeth really complemented the earphones and the walls. What? Josh is he's a fun mood tonight. I tell you what, he's coming with a couple of zingers so far. Chris says Rouston ? I wasn't too enthused by what I saw, and I know we're a bit desperate for cash cows, but he doesn't exactly get me excited. Nah, not for me, mate. He got minimal cash gen, and job security's got to be iffy as well. Theo says, hopefully some rookies come up. Yeah, I know it does make you a bit concerned, but rookies will come up. They just will. I know it seems pretty light on at the moment, but there will be some debutants over the next couple of weeks, and they'll show themselves. Mr. WTH Short, how the fuck are you, mate? I'm pretty good, mate. How are you? I'm going all right. Going to gather around this week, so it should be a bit of fun. Nicholas says, do you think that Warple is a must trade? I do, mate. He's been a bit of a disaster. Seems to be playing a bit more forward as well, which you hate to see it. So, yeah, I'd trade him out, mate. Hopefully you can get a bit of a upgrade from him. But if not, downgrade, McVee, potentially. That's what I'm going, Setterfield down to McVee. So, food for thought on that one. Jackson says, who to trade out of Brayshaw, Green, and Petrarca? Well, unless you're talking Angus, mate, none of them. You should hold them all. I don't know what you're talking about there, mate. That's some bold trade schemes there. Amusement. If Shorty has 1 million fans, then I am one of them. If Shorty has 10 fans, then I am one of them. If Shorty has only 1 fan, then that is me. If Shorty has no fans, then that means I'm no longer. No longer on Earth. If the world is against Shorty, then I am against the world. This fucker cracks me up sometimes. That's a beautiful comment, man. It's warmed my day. I really appreciate that. Brandon, what's going on, mate? Daddy, that bird behind me. I think that's in reference to you. Me likey. Fucking hell. Do you think Setters and Hopper are a trade out this week? I think Setterfield is, mate, but Hopper, he's still got a week at least. I mean, he's still got that 119. I think his break even's like 20 or 14 or something like that. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's 15, so that's all good. Hold Hopper, trade Setterfield, mate. Charlie says Jake Lloyd, ? Nah, not for me. Good start to the year. Don't think he's got that ceiling. I just think he's probably more of a 10 to 14 top forward as opposed to top 10. Been good to us over the journey, but no, I'm happy to pass on that one. Jono says, should catch up with me, Shorty, on your way to Adelaide. Tempting, mate, but we'll be rocketing our way. We're on a pretty tight timeline, my friend. We're going to the Sydney Richmond game that night, so I'm not sure we'll get this stopover. Sorry, mate. Brandon, I'd trade Laird, Oliver, English for that baddie, Daddy. You're a funny man, mate. You are a funny man. Steve says, why is everyone trading Setterfield this early? I know we all want Van Rooyen, but we'll be trading Davey for him. Yeah, I think it just, if we can cash him in or upgrade him, it just sort of makes sense. I mean, you can hold him as well. Like, it's not a disaster, but he's probably not going to make us any more cash. I think he's got a break even of 87. So he's just another player now. He's not really going to make us too much more coin, and we're not keeping him forever. So that's probably the thought behind him. Mr. W says Setterfield and Hollands out for Dawson and Van Rooyen. In only issues I have Witts. Is Witts going to be out? I like the trades, but it does seem like Witts will be out. I was reading an article before. It did not sound good. He's been sore all year. They're a bit concerned about him. So probably a trade for mine, mate. If you can get English in, then I would. But yeah, it's not ideal. Jackson, I have no idea what to do. Well, hopefully some of this discussion helps you, mate. I'll have a look at this. Jason Ackermanis just pops in, mate. What's going on, mate? Jace, how are you? Hope you've been well. Marnus is back, Shorty. I may hold off trading Warple until round 7. I may then trade up to Will Day. That is, if Day gets DPP, there should be about 90k difference. Actually, that's not a bad point because with Day out, the likes of McKenzie and Warple should get a bit more opportunity. So, yeah, that's actually not a bad point, mate. Might even jot that down in the old notepad. D-Mac, hey, mate, what's going on? Shattered, I missed the live last week. Good to see your face again, Shorty, mate. It's always good to see you pop up. What's going on? Angus, still hold on to Constable and hope he gets a game soon. Look, I probably will. He had a lot of touches last week against, whoever they played. But, yeah, probably he's not an urgent one for me. Probably happy to hold for now. Jono, what about the Monday? Oh, probably not, mate. I don't really know what we're doing. We might drive straight home on Sunday night. But yeah, I'll be at the mercy of what the old man's doing, mate. Ackermanis, I'm going Setterfield to Van Rooyen. Jones up to Stewart. You've always made good decisions, Acker. Very good stuff. Hudson, should I trade Doherty for Dawson and Chandler for Van Rooyen? Or Doherty and Warple for Dawson and Jezza Cameron? Yeah, rightio.
What time are you doing the line?
The quiz?
Yeah.
I reckon maybe like 15 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. Is this boring you or?
No,
Cool. No worries.
No.
Just next time you come in, could you just put some pants on, please?
No.
Sorry, Hudson. I read your comment and I did not answer it. Doc for Dawson, Chandler for Van Rooyen, or Doc to Warple, Doherty and Warple. I like the second one, to be honest, mate. I mean, Cameron, I didn't think I'd be jumping over, but I don't really. Should I trade Doc for Dawson, Chandler for Van Rooyen? Look, they're both good trades, mate. They're both good trades. Slight happier with the second, but yeah, both pretty good options, I think. Nicholas says, do you think I should hold Wits and have Moyle as R3? That was what I was saying about an hour ago. Then I read the article about no timeline on this. He's been sore every week. Some days better than others. So I think Wits is a trade. I think it's a real issue. So I'd hate for you to hold him and it just drags on and on and on. So I'd get rid of him, mate. Charlie says, hold Liam Jones. Nah, you can look. Jones can go. Jones can stay. But I think over the next 2 weeks, he's probably got to go. So whether it's this week or next, you're probably getting rid of him soon. James, still get in Stewart and Dawson if I swing Zeeble and she's back with Dacos all in defense as well. Yeah, okay. Yes, I would. Because, yeah, you could swing him back, but we probably need him forward. You know, it's great to have that swing, but we probably need him in the forward line, to be fair. Jackson says, thoughts on Jason Horn-Francis? Well, he's been a good option for round 1, but since then it's been tough. It has been tough. Actually, the last couple of weeks have been a bit better. Didn't realise that. So he's actually been all right. He's actually been okay. Right. I'd only been looking at his possessions, but he's actually laid a few tackles and been pretty efficient. So there you go. He's going all right. He's doing his job. He's doing his job, isn't he? AZR, thoughts? Oh, sorry. I bought Darcy Cameron in instead of Zeeble, so you can imagine I copped it. Is it worth getting Zeeble now at his price with him getting DPP end of the week? Yeah, probably is. I mean, I wouldn't say like you got to rush to get Zeeble, you know, but I think if you're looking for options, yeah, he's definitely a good option. Great role, playing some good footy. Steve says Setterfield high break even this week, but then drops down for the next 2. I would prefer to keep a midfield playing player, maybe swap for Cogs around 3 weeks. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there's no rush to get rid of him, but I think if people need cash, then he's a good guy to do it. And I think that's where I've fallen into. I'm going to get the old quiz pumping, or at least logging into it. So this is the site that you go to. Just go to Blooket and then I will give you a code in a sec. We'll go the classic this time. Butchered it last time. Yeah, those. All right, let's chuck the old code out, shall we? Oh, it's play.blooket.com. Righto. Sure, if you log on, then something will bob up, and the code is one. Fuck, that's a long code. 140 2200. Yeah, get involved. Get involved. Don't know where I'm up to now. Oh, there we are. Jesse, hey, Daddy, I just quit vaping. I'm currently chewing on the inside of my cheek, loving the life. Mate, great to see you. And I strongly encourage that. Don't know why people vape. I know it's a trendy thing to do, but come on. Healthy choice, my man. DJ JD, g'day, mate. What's going on? How are you? Should I go Doherty to Rioli? Bit annoyed about Wits, but luckily Asava saved me last round with a similar week. Rioli, as in Dan? We're talking Dan, aren't we? Don't mind it. He's not one that I probably thought. I'd prefer you to go to maybe a Stewart or Dawson because they're your top echelon premiums, but don't mind if you're struggling for cash. That's fair. Then we've got yeah, sorry, Jono. Sorry, mate. Matt, thoughts on Samson Ryan? Yeah, I like what he's putting together, mate. I think he's a strong chance to come into my team. I just want to see the teams. Get a feel for it, but surely he does the bulk of the rucking. Joshy Morgan's back. What's he got for us? I recommend putting perfume up your nose so you smell nice. That's insightful. That is insightful, mate. I will keep that in mind. Max, who do I field out of Caminiti, Long, or Van Rooyen? Who are they playing this week? Probably not Caminiti. I know he's been consistent, but against the Pies, I just think Noah Long, of course. He's got the Cats. Who was the other guy? Shit, yeah, right. Probably Long. Just the way he's been playing. I only saw him the other week. He looked lively, but yeah, I think any of those guys, if you can get a 60, you'll be happy. Jason Ackermanis, your chat with Janice Spillers and DR was mad. Good group. Thanks, Acker. Mate, it won't be the last time. I think we'll team up again. I really enjoyed it, so it was great fun. Langers, Daddy Short. Might just be going Doc to Van Rooyen, and we'll wait on teams to see if Ryan might be worth bringing in for some extra cash as well. Yeah, fair call, mate. I too will be waiting on those teams, mate. I just want to see him at that number one ruck, mate. I don't want to see some random ass tall bloke brought in as a bit of a mainstay, sort of random ruck. So yeah, hopefully. Hudson, what's the ideal amount of trades to have right now? Probably 30, but the real question is, have you made good trades? That's the real question. There's nothing wrong with making 7, 8 trades already. If they've been good ones, then that's fine. I'm sort of going aggressive. I'm sort of being like, let's get this rolling. If the trade's there, let's boost, let's do it. So there's no guideline. You just got to make good ones. Chase, from memory, you're a Geelong supporter, correct? Thoughts on Dawson versus Stewart? Slight insinuation that I could be biased. Or look, I'm going to go Stewart, but that's got absolutely no bias. The decision-making process was I'm looking at this week's trades and next week's trades, and I will need that extra 50K to do what I want to do. So I just went Stewart for that extra cash. Amusement, 37 trades should be held until round 25. Oh, shit. Charlie has a question mark on Luke Ryan. Yeah, I think Ryan is a really good option. I mean, he's consistent, and history shows that he just keeps doing what he's doing. He's really consistent operator. So, no, I think you're doing nicely with Lukey Ryan. Thoughts on Jared English? Josh he's in some sort of mood today, and I respect that. Lockie says Warple to Zeeble via Davey. Yeah, don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. I think that's a fair call. Definitely. I feel like Davey could even be out this week, and Warple's struggling. Pyro traded out Will Day for Stewart, Gator for Michael Laney, and Warple for DeGoey. Thoughts? I like that, mate. Look, all I'll say is that DeGoey does make me nervous. Maybe once bitten, twice shy. He's burnt me before. Yeah. But yeah, feel free to get involved in the quiz, guys. We've got a few, 23 we got in here, so 25 now. So yeah, I'll try and get that up towards 30 plus. And then, yeah, we've got 10 questions. Got to go in the proper format this time around. So yeah, if you rate your footy knowledge, feel free to get in there. What do we got? Jai says already have Dawson, so going Dr. Dacos. Not having him has been painful. Yeah, that would have been painful, but at least you can join the ride now, mate. And it's painful not having Dawson, so this game swings in roundabouts. Hudson, should I get Van Rooyen this week and Jezza next, or don't worry about cash income and get Jezza now? No, look, Jezza's going great, but I'd preference the cash income for sure. I'd definitely prefer to go for the cash gen because there's not much of it around at the moment. Mana says, I should have traded Goda last week to Michael Laney. I ended up trading him to Liam Stocker. I don't regret that. I probably actually regret not fielding Max from round one. Yeah. Look, Stocker's still a good pick, but yeah, Michael Laney has probably been my best selection for the year, to be honest. And he came in at one of the last moments of the year, so of the preseason. GRB, g'day, Shorty and everyone. What's going on, mate? How are you? Good to see you, my friend. And as always, Carl, good to see you too. Shorty with the cheeky sword play cameo gave the joint a touch of class. Oh, thank you, mate. You're a good man. Great to see you getting stuck into it. Steve, Shorty, I think you need to switch up the quiz questions. Throw him some questions that only true Shorty fans will know. Maybe something like, what's your housemate's haircut? Yeah, mate, shit, that would really, really test things out, wouldn't it? Maybe at the end of the year, I'll just have a fully self-indulgent Shorty quiz, maybe. But Aiden, how are you, mate? I'm good. Archie, what's going on, mate? How are you? Also, for those who are interested, and feel free to let me know, I'm looking at doing a goal kicking competition on April 23rd, which is not this Sunday, but the next. So yeah, obviously it's hard to organize these things, and sometimes not everyone can get to it, but yeah, feel free to voice whether you could make it or whether you like that idea. I'd probably do it in Geelong, probably late morning, midday, something like that. But would love to see you get there. Had a subscriber kick the other year and it was great fun. Mr. WTH saying Wits is most likely an out. How about these? Wits, Setterfield, Holland out, and bring in English, Dawson, Van Rooyen. Absolutely, mate. That's good trade. I like that a lot. Just chucking in the code and the link again. For those who are interested in the old quiz, Carl. Not going to lie, though, opportunity lost to slip in a Tinder tail. Oh, mate. Look, the Tinder tails are dead now. Oh, it kills me to say it, but I work at a school. I just don't think, and my students, a couple of them know about the channel, so I don't think I can be pumping Tinder stories anymore, but they'll live on in our memories. But don't worry, plenty of stories non-tin related, so I'll certainly won't be short on a story or two, particularly if people keep knocking on my door like the other week. Fuck. Hudson, or get Michael Laney instead of Van Rooyen. Ideally both. It's a tough one. It just depends how much more benefit you can get from the extra 120k that you'll probably get. That's probably where the decision lies. GRB says Doherty to Stewart, Davey to Van Rooyen, holding Day. Now, fair enough, mate. I think if Day's out for 2, I'd be inclined to trade him, but understand holding, particularly if it's one. Widescreen TV, if you had to go for 2 of Dawson, Stewart, or Sicily, who would you go? Do you like Will Day as D6? Well, at the moment, I think you could probably mount the case that he will be a handy D6. I wouldn't bank on it, but more than happy to just see how that one pans out. In terms of the ones you said, if you had to go Dawson, Stewart, or Sicily, man, that is tough. I think we want them all, but I would probably go. Shit, that is super tough. I'd probably go Dawson and Stewart. Just. But we're going to want them all. We're going to want them all, mate. Langers, start the quiz, lad. Let's go. Come on, mate. We're getting there. 8:45, I'll start the quiz, all right? I'll try and. Oh, fuck. I'm miles behind, bro. Fucking miles behind. Jesus, bro. I'll tell you what. I literally caught up to the questions, but now I'm just miles behind. Carl, Dr. Redmond, Dan Rioli, or someone else going by Tal to Ryan on the other trade. So basically, the budget is up to Doc's price. Honestly, I'd say Bailey Dale. I'd throw at you. I'd throw him at you, mate. Jono's in a tough predicament. Hopefully, I can help you out there, mate. Corey, surely you're in the quiz, Corey. Surely. Sard for Doherty, is that a good idea? Yeah, mate. Could not argue with that at all. Carl, Luke Ryan pulled up sore. Oh, okay. Okay, didn't know that. Shit. Have been a few questions about him, so that might be why. Steve, thoughts on Kane Corns, the wannabe Damien Barrett? Grinds my gears. Yeah, I couldn't stand Corns once upon a time. I've warmed to him a little bit. I listen to SEN a fair bit on the radio, and I've warmed to him. But sometimes I'm just like, mate, it's okay to have a lukewarm opinion. You don't have to have an outrageous call on everything, mate. D-Max says Van Rooyen versus Ryan. Who do you reckon? I'm going Ryan. I'll elaborate a bit more on the preview I'll do tomorrow, but I've talked about that one a little bit. So waiting on the teams with plenty of intent, though, for Ryan. Ryan says, I dropped Laird, Doherty, and Cowan for Ryan, Dawson, and Stewart. Bad move. Look, I don't agree with dropping Laird, mate. I just think bad round one. Circumstances were a bit different, but he's been all right since. He's been all right. So I don't agree with dropping him, mate, but I understand some people are. Langers, Shorty, do you use the exhaust fan above the stove when cooking? You're a fucking idiot, mate. And then he says, Shorty, do you use glass wrap on your food when you place it in the fridge? Look, it's up for debate, mate. Both of those topics are up for debate. I actually do use Glad wrap on the food, mate. Do you think I'm a psycho, bro? No. Had a beautiful little sausage roll for dinner today, mate. A little bit of veg. A little bit of chips, mate. Not exactly healthy, but fuck, it tasted good. Archie says, where in Geelong I'm keen. I'd do it at Deakin, that massive football over there. So I'd do it there. D-Max says, come to Melbourne. I definitely want to do that. And I know I've said this before. And I will. But it's just not going to work out this week just because I'm away this weekend and it requires a little bit more organisation, but don't worry, I will, mate. I will. Amado says Doherty, Baker, Western Bulldogs, Chesser for Pickett, Horn Francis, JVR. Swing Pickett and Horn Francis forward. Zeeble and Sheasel defence while trading out Wilmot and Cow. We're getting in the details there, mate. Don't mind it. I don't know if Horn Francis is a trade in. I feel like if you started with him, great. But I wouldn't jump on him now. He's been good, but not great. Pickett, I understand the cash gen there. But yeah, I like the way you're thinking, mate. You really thought through it, and I respect that. So just not sure on the Horn Francis element. Jesse says, Daddy, I'm watching you live from my red bin. I found my vape. You are an idiot. Oh, shit. He says, Shorty, I don't play Supercoach anymore. Just here to say hi. Do you remember me? Of course I remember you, mate. I used to be a regular commenter. Please tell me what happened. What happened to the Supercoach? Crazy. That's sorry to hear you gone. I'm just going to chuck that quiz code in. We won't be too far off starting. We've got 33 in there, so I appreciate your patience. We'll just pump out a few more questions and see how we go. Sam, just a school in Geelong, mate. I did talk to the school. They didn't really want me mentioning the specifics on line, but just a school in the Geelong region is the party line. I don't know why they didn't want me mentioning it, but yeah. Josh is also watching me. DMAC, I'm going to go back to school just to be taught by Shorty. Lockie says, is Van Rooyen a must trade in, particularly if Davey's out this week? I think he is, mate. I mean, there's not many cash cows for us, so I think so. Got to take him when he's on offer. Hudson, I have 2 trade boosts yet should I use one for Goated and Michael Aney? I think yes. Cash gen is so tough at the moment, so I would do that, mate. Sam Taylor says, only bring in Day this week and now rubbed out. Can't bring myself to trade him already. I know. It's brutal, mate. It is absolutely brutal. I just think, as brutal as it is, if he's out for 2 weeks, we've got all those trades for a reason. We may as well use them, but it's tough. Ruben asks thoughts on Cozzy Pickett. He's a great smash and grab job. He's going to be a really nice option to make us quick cash, but he's going to be a roller coaster. I think he could definitely score a 60, just as much as he could score 110. Harry says, what trades are you making? I'm going a bit different. I'm going Setterfield down to McVee because I want to make some cash. I've already got Van Rooyen. Went early on him. And then I'm going Doherty to Stewart. And then I'm just going to wait, see if I need a boost to get in Samson Ryan. Just want to watch, have a listen to Dimmer Hardwick, see what sort of a vibe you get, see the teams. Mainly doing that Setterfield trade to give me a lot of cash to go to Sinclair next week, to probably from Jimby or Jones. Steve says, Shorty, with your TikTokers and YouTube shorts, you should do Shorty's halftime thoughts of the footy. Now that the Tinder stories are done, let us see semi-drunk Shorty. Yeah, mate, that's not a bad idea. I don't tend to be on the phone too much at the footy, but I want to do something a bit different on my shorts. I would like to do something a bit different with that. So very much open to ideas. Very much open to ideas. Yeah, I'm also here to win my maiden quiz. Been too close to not win one yet. So hopefully you can get it done, my friend. Steve, all the people looking at dropping ledge sort of players by last 3-round average, he's third. Yeah, that's it, mate. The week 1 wasn't ideal, but he's been fine since. Jake Langers, why do you look like Tom Lynch? I had that on TikTok as well. Aiden says currently ranked 1027. Nicely done. Just doing Doc to Dawson, but currently got Brockman, who I got in last week. Chandler on my 4 bench. So do I just skip on Van Rooyen? Oh, jeez. Brockman scored like trash last week, didn't he? Part of me doesn't want you to miss out on Van Rooyen, mate. Up to you at the end of the day, but let's have a look. 25. Oh, jeez. It's a tough one. It is a tough one, mate. You probably, yeah, it is probably a hold. It is probably a hold, but man, it's a difficult one with Brockman, yeah. Carl, only thing Fireman Kane loves more than an outrageous take is walking away from a job with a fire brigade other blokes were queuing around to block for. But he's all right, yeah. He's not everyone's cup of tea, that is for sure. We might just do 3 or 4 more questions, and then let's get this quiz pumping. Hey, we got 34 in there. Sorry if I didn't get to your question, but obviously we've had a few more come through in the last half hour, and it's hard to get to everyone. So I'll just do 3 or 4 more. So we got Pyro, had Charlie Curnow since the start. Wow, it was a random pick, not normally keen on stay-at-home forwards, but he's delivered in spades. Wow, that's a bold one, but it's done all right for you. Corey, hopefully my quiz win tonight. Hope so, mate. Hudson says, should I trade Chandler or Davey for Van Rooyen? I would do Davey, mate. Might not even play this week. Jimmy, Witt's out for Samson Ryan and looping Ryan and Madagalea with Madden in a triangle, which also allows me to Clayton Oliver. Shit. Well, if you can get Clary, mate, I'm not going to argue with you there. Sam Taylor, Surely it's a high school. You're definitely the loose sub teacher. Yeah, it is a high school, mate. But trust me, I'm not teaching, mate. I'm in well-being, so I'm not teaching maths or English, anything like that. Trust me. Harry says, how much price remaining after those trades? My trades, I think it's about 260. I think I've got about 30 odd in the bank. Yeah. I might still have to make some extra trades to get to Sinclair, but I think I'll need every dollar I can get. Kerry, what's the big buzz about Van Rooyen? Is his spot safe in the team? Got a lot of the ball. Definitely a chance to be dropped, of course. I mean, it's always tough. Melbourne's a good side, but no, I think at the moment with the absolute lack of cash cow options, we have to take those guys when they do come up. I'll just put in the if you want to jump into the quiz, there's the code. Wait, Caitlin, are you doing the quiz? I'm just about to start it. And just finally, yep, Shorty, how good were Geelong in the third quarter? In my opinion, it's up there with the best quarters ever. Yeah, I was pumped. I could not believe it. I mean, 1 inside 50 conceded. It's pretty crazy. But, yeah. Are you in it? Or
No.
Oh, shit, mate.
Have you already started?
No, I haven't started.
Oh.
There's the thing. And just finally, Chris Long, you are the third Mackay brother. Just finally, Ryan, I dropped Laird because he is likely to go down in price, and then I can pick him up later if I feel. Yeah, geez, I don't know. I mean, I get it in terms of a bit of a stock market approach. I just think Laird is every chance to give you a 140, and then he's hard to get, But it's up to you at the end of the day, mate. I just try to avoid trading out guys that I think are top 4 or 5 in their position, and I think that's what Laird is. But nonetheless, I've seen a few people trading Laird, so totally understand. Oh shit! I somehow caught up. Fuck yeah! All right, nice. All right, let's do it. Quiz time. Good luck, guys. Who will end the year better average? I think Dawson probably will. The way he's going, mate. Only just. Let's start this thing. Jesus, me cough, mate. I'm sorry, bro. How many scoring shots did Jake Stringer have on the weekend? 7, 8, 9, or 10? We got 20 seconds a pop here. I took it down from 25 last week. Just really keeping you guys on the toes. Man, not everyone even answered. What is going on there? Most is. Oh, no, that was a tough one, actually. He kicked 4 goals, 6, I think, to give him 10 scoring shots. Shorty Soap, Steel, Widescreen TV, Draper Brownlow, Causa. What's your name?
Actually, it was 1 second too slow.
Oh, what? You didn't
He started it.
Oh, no. How many goals did Geelong kick in the third quarter against the Hawks on Easter Monday? 8, 9, 10, or 11. I think you can still join.
It didn't let me.
Oh, I thought it said late arrivals were okay.
Oh, it just kept saying.
It was a big third quarter from the Cats. And that was a 10-goal term. We got Causa right up there. Jai, Maddie, Jack Steele, or 6C Steele, Draper. Got Causa on top. Nicely done, mate. Question 3. Which Adelaide Crows youngster touched, that's meant to be, the goal umpire after kicking goal on the weekend? If you can remember this one, he kicked it off the goal line and for some reason just touched the umpire. Yeah, I think he can still join.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Lockie Gallant, Jake Saligo, Chase Jones, Lachlan Murphy. Oh, Jake Saligo was the man. Causa is on fire. Jai, Shorty Soap, Daddy Short. Lang Daddy's in there, 5th fastest. Causa's on top. Jai, then Steele, Maddie in 3rd. Lang Daddy is in the top 5 as well. Question 4. How many games has Ross Lyon coached St Kilda for? This is overall, so including 2023 and his previous stint. 153 games, 177, 141, 125. Bit of a tough one, this. Could separate a few, I reckon. It was 125, and that has separated a fuckload of them. Only 2 got this right. Oh, Shorty's got you with that one. Oh, man, only 2 people in the fast. I don't think I've ever had a question like that, so this should shake things up. Buddy and Crisper got there. Cause is still on top. Steele, Giant, Matty, Lang, Daddy. Didn't change much there, of course. Question 5 hit the halfway mark. Following his after the siren kick, who was the first player pictured celebrating with Ollie Florent? And this is on the telecast. I'm not sure if you're at the game, but on the telecast, it clearly shows this lad rolling around on the ground with Ollie Florent. Blakey, Rowbottom, Mills, or Dill Stevens? It was Dill Stevens. Bang, Caitlin's on the board. He's on the board, 18. He's got that right. Lang Daddy in quickest. Rob, Jackson, Harry, and Steele. So Steele will be right up there. And he's on top. Lang Daddy second. Jai, Matty, Daddy Short in 5th. Look at Langers go to work. You got to respect that. Who kicked the ball to Florent to set up that kick? Rampy, Heaney, Goulden, or Warner? I reckon most years will get this right. I reckon it's out of 2. In what was one of the crazier finishes to a game of footy that we'll probably see this year. It was Isaac Heaney. And a few went Chad Warner. That's interesting. Chad kicked it to Buddy for the 1,000th, but maybe the blonde locks just got him. Lang Daddy's in quick. He's in form. He might go to the top there. Jackson, Sniper, Harry, robbed, and Langers goes to the top. Ados has snuck his in way to 3rd. Jai. Good stuff. Question 7. Which of these players played the most AFL matches? Now, this was tough. Jack Steven, Jack Grimes, Jack Watts, or Jack Redden. I just picked like 4 random guys that started with Jack, and I got this wrong. I did not realise who it was. Pretty sure it was Redden, though. Quite comfortably, too. Yeah, I must have thought it was Jack Steven. 50-50 one there for most people. Shorty Soap, Lang Daddy, Causa, TGM. There's Aya working hard. Lang Daddy remains on top with a buffer too. Jackson, Jai, Causa, and Short Daddy. Question 8, getting to the business end of things now. How many disposals did Nick Dacos have in the second half against Brisbane? And I know Lang has got this right because he told me it on the phone. Man, this is like Slumdog Millionaire stuff for Langers. I put this question in because of our chat. 27, 28, 26, or 29. It was a massive second half. He had 27 touches in the second half. Langers, I'm expecting you to be on top here. Oh, he's in second. It's a ding-dong battle between him. Balls on chin. Joshy Morgan, Steele is so close there. He's in 4th. Causa, Jackson, and Langers. 2 questions to go. Question 9. Adelaide's Mitch Hinge played for which AFL club prior? Well, I worded it differently, but who did he make his debut for? Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sydney, or the Giants? Can't remember what the last question was. I feel like this one's relatively easy. I feel like most people get this, but I think the last question is a bit tougher. Oh, no, it still had a few people second guessing. He played for the Lions. Aya, robbed. Steele, Daddy Short, Sniper. Shit, was Langer. Did he get that right? Because Steele is going to jump up. He did get it right. Langer's in a prime position here. Big question coming up. Question 10. Which Tiger was drafted highest? Pick one being the highest. So out of these players. So I'm talking higher up the draft order. Let's not get our numbers wrong here. Martin, Cochin, Bloston, Rewalt. You can just see the sweat pouring down Langer's face at the moment, and it's split him. It's really split him here. Cochin was pick 2. Martin was pick 3. In 3rd was Daddy Short, Jack Steele. In 2nd, Langers has taken it out. I don't know why he called you Jack Steele, but 6C Steele in regards to sexy Steele. I don't know why I didn't get that until now, but nicely done, Langers. Well done, mate. Holy shit. Is that your first dub there? Jono's not happy. Oh boy. I'm going to review the standings here. How'd you go, Caitlin?
I got 23rd.
It's
I
all
got
right.
the last
It's
one
all
right,
right.
though.
Yeah,
So-
nice. It's probably a tough quiz, actually. There's normally a few 9 or 10 out of 10, but looks like 7 was the best. Steele, Short, and then obviously Sniper in 4th, Harry, Joshy Morgan, Jai, Shorty Soap, Causa, Jackson, Ados, TJM. Nice. Good stuff. There's Caitlin. Couple left early. Cracked it. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Corey came 9th. He's dedicated quiz man. So there you go. Langers with the dub. Did he comment anything? He hasn't commented yet. He must just be popping a champagne. Carl, got to get up pretty early in the morning to keep pace with these characters. Yeah, mate. The speed they get in is wild. There we go. Langers first dub in the quiz, but second dub since I beat you in draft. Fuck you, Jake. Seriously, bro. Bringing up draft like that, I'll fucking kill you. To think I was hoping you won the quiz and you throw it in my face like that. Steve, those questions sounded harder than last week. Yeah, mate. Questions get easier when you see them 10 times. Carl was on a tear on the run home. Another 10 questions, and it was going to be my quiz. Pyro, see you, mate. No worries. Good to see you. Yeah, catch you later. Please pop in, mate, even though you're not doing SuperCoach. Great to see you. Yeah, I feel like Jono on the redraw. I'm half tempted to just bump the quiz up to 12 questions. It goes mighty quick. Don't know. Jeez, I hope this fucking cold leaves me by Adelaide. It's bloody annoying, mate. Ooh, 15 could push it, mate. It's kind of hard to come up with questions. I always try and the ones of the week just gone by, it's easy, but I always try to put in a few questions that are like not relevant to the last week as well. So I reckon I'll aim for 12. We'll see how we go. Thoughts on our Fife? Tom Mitchell and Marshall to Grundy, Stewart, Dawson. Yeah, don't mind that at all. The only thing I'd say is Grundy, he got Gorn probably coming back in a week or two. But David, thanks for the content. Shorty, great stuff. Someone learning the game from the States. Dave, from the States, mate. What's going on? Well, if you got any questions, mate, I'm probably going to sign off here, mate. But feel free to go along to me one of your videos. And absolutely, if you're learning the game, mate, happy to answer any of your questions, mate. Thanks for popping on. Yeah, I might have to get in touch with Al Patton. Hey, mate, get involved. Good stuff, Steve. Nice, Bailey. Enjoy. Oh, shit. Oh, you're heading over, James. Nice. Which game are you going to? Oh, look, if you see me around, mate, I'm going to Geelong and West Coast, obviously, and Richmond, Sydney. So I'll be floating around or at some random pub on Saturday. But you're at the Hawks game. Yeah, that makes sense. I might be hitting the road by then. I don't know, but thanks, Sean. My vice probably Oliver would be my vice, Harry, and probably I'm half tempted to go Ryan Marshall, but don't know. I'm still pondering it, but good stuff, guys. Thanks for tonight. I'm gonna rock and roll, but yeah, appreciate you getting involved. I'll have me video up preview on the week tomorrow, probably just after the teams, and of course, if you're a fan of the old TikTok, I'll have me trades uploaded as well. So, James, I actually do not know which pub. If you would like to message the old Facebook page, mate, feel free to. Because I've got. If you got any recommendations on Adelaide pub, let me know. But I do not know. And hey, if it's your shout, mate, I'll have a cocktail. No, I'm kidding, mate. Shoot me a message on Facebook if you like, mate, and we'll see what we can do. Jono, I'll talk to you soon, mate. Thanks for your questions. I think it's just under Shorty SuperCoach. I don't really use this, but there you go, James. Looks like the dodgiest link of all time, but probably should send you that way. But yeah, good stuff, fellas. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for getting involved. Chat to you later. Cheers, guys. Man, the hair's going all over the place, mate.